thing my grandma taught me is that it doesn't cost you anything to have good manners. It also doesn't cost you anything to clean your house in at least a basic broom clean way. When it's time for you to sell your house in North Carolina, you should know the buyers are going to have the opportunity to do a final walkthrough before closing. Now, that final walkthrough might be the day before. I prefer it the morning of closing so that we can see the house last minute before we go to sign the papers and make sure it's in, as the lawyers would say, the same or better condition as of the time of the offer. Now, that does not mean that we're looking for perfection. It just means that when you pulled your Oriental rugs up, that we don't find any surprise red wine stains. Or in one of my favorite code of ethics stories ever, there was this one time, y'all, when the sellers took the rugs and up underneath, there were no hardwood floors. The dining room had a perimeter of hardwoods and they were not up under the rug. Talk about craziness. But that's what we're looking for on a final walkthrough. Make sure the hardwoods go in the whole entire room. But we're making sure as well that if you were supposed to leave the refrigerator, that it's still there, that you did not take things that weren't supposed to go. Now, in addition to looking at the stuff and looking at the floors and making sure there's no holes punched in the walls, it is reasonable for you, the home seller, to leave the house in what we call broom clean condition. That means we don't expect you to hire a professional cleaner unless it's in the offer to purchase and was discussed amongst yourselves, but that you would run the vacuum and haul your trash off. I know this sounds like basic common sense, but since common sense is rather uncommon these days, let me just tell you, I had a final walkthrough this morning with some amazing buyer clients, and the house they were buying, we did get at a wonderful market price because the sellers did not want to do any updates to the property, but they could have at least cleaned it. They didn't haul off all the things they were supposed to haul off. They hauled off a few things reluctantly because we had asked the listing agent prior, but we were told it would be cleaned out and it was not. And in addition to them leaving some sad little pieces of patio furniture, which that's fine, we'll give it to the renovation contractor, there was broken glass all over the floor in the garage. Now, y'all, that's not good manners. You should not leave broken glass, trash, and the saddest part, this busted garage door opener, it was laying on the step in pieces. Now, I understand the people selling the home were in conflict with one another. That happens. But why are you punishing the person who's given you their money to purchase the home? They're making a huge financial investment. You're getting your cash out of the house. Think about that. When the buyers come to your home and you've got it staged and cute and it smells good, the lights are cut on, and you've got it all perfectly perfect, when you move out, at least don't let it look like you had World War III in there. Be reasonable. Be kind. In fact, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you want to move into a place that might not be perfect, but at a minimum is clean, then make sure you leave your house that way. Now, when I'm your agent, I'm going to remind you of all the bright sides because I am Pollyanna when it comes to houses. But don't make me have to lie on your behalf, friends. Clean it up. Make it perfect so they'll be glad they bought your home and not the competitors.